Hello, YouTube land. Sorry, but I just woke up not too long ago and I'm freezing, so I have my robe on. Anyway, I'm going to do this as a response to an email that I received. And I hope that the audio doesn't go out on this. I do my things live, so sometimes the audio goes out. I don't know why it does that, but like on the last one, when I was showing you how to make the juniper berry rub, the last 3 or 4 minutes was blah. I'm just glad I got out what you needed to see, how to make it. The rest of it, I was just saying, save your jars. I use all different kinds of jars and bottles, and of course you can go out and buy your pretty ones to put certain things in if you want to, but that could run you into a lot of money. I just use what I have. If I see a real pretty bottle out somewhere, I'll grab it, but anyway, you'll find yourself doing that as you progress in the path. You'll save everything, every container or something. You'll say, well, I can use that for this, or whatever, this for that. And you'll find yourself thinking witchy all the time. The more you get into this, I know I do. But anyway, as a response to the question on my email about the triangles. Okay, now when you said you were describing, the triangle down for earth and up for fire, blah blah blah. Yeah, that those are the symbols for the earth, for the elements. Like fire and earth, they're triangles. Fire's up and earth is down with no line. And then water and air, of course, air is up with a line and water is down with a line. Those are just the symbols, and they have female and male energies. But those are just the symbols for breaking down the pentagram. You hear of the witch's triangle. That's basically just a pentagram, representing, and the bottom of the base of the triangle is 3-dimensional. So you have your spirit on top and your elements on the bottom. But that could be a whole different video. That has nothing to do, well, I guess in your pinnacle is always in your magics. That's why when we do a spell, there's a pinnacle involved somewhere. Either it's sitting on your tapestry with a pinnacle on it, or you may have your pinnacle on, or a pinnacle ring, a candle with a pinnacle on it. Somewhere there it's implemented into your spell or your rite, whatever you're doing. But when you talk about putting, like doing your copper, making a copper triangle, well, that's, first of all, that's pretty cool to do something like that. And copper is a conductor of energy, so that is excellent for helping you get energy. That's a really good idea. But I think you're confusing what the triangle is actually used for. Now, this may not be what you were asking me, but this is the best way I could decipher your email. The triangle is used in manifesting spirits, usually. Now, some witches may use it differently in their magics. I haven't ever heard of anything different. It's usually, the triangle is placed, and I'm just going to kind of highlight on this. I mean, because I literally could make 2 or 3 videos, part 1, 2, and 3, of how to do this sort of magic. But usually you put the triangle outside of your protective circle. What you're doing is you don't, when you have your circle and you're going to manifest, say, a demon, or any spirit, you want to contain that demon or that spirit, you don't want to give it free reign. So you don't want that in your circle either, because your circle is protecting you. So we would draw a triangle or put a triangle outside of the circle, usually right up top in front of which way you'll be sitting, to basically call that spirit or whatever you're evoking into that triangle. It's going to manifest into that triangle. Now, some witches put another circle inside that triangle. In other words, it's even more containment for that entity that you have summoned. That way it can't, get out and run around and whatever, and it's confined to that one space until you're done working with it. And then whenever you get done with it, you banish it. If this is what you are doing, if you are a seasoned witch, more power to you, rock on. But if you're a new witch, and you can do whatever you want, you can just dive right into this stuff, but I'm telling you, you have got to hone your skills. Some of these rituals, that's an actual ritual when you do something like that. Some of them take anywhere from 7 days to 30 days or even 6 months to prepare for, depending on what you're going to summon. There's a purification ritual. There's all kinds of things that you need to do before you actually cast your circle and begin this ritual. Now, the older witches, some of us have found ways that we skip certain steps, and it doesn't do any harm. Or maybe we've worked with that same entity or spirit so many times that it doesn't matter anymore. There's all kinds of reasons that we wouldn't do step-by-step things. But when you're starting out, you need to do that. You need to stick to as much of the traditional ways as you can. And as you learn, then you can implement your own things that you want to do, or omit things. But for now, stick with what you know and hone your skills. You may say just the right words and summon something that you have no idea how to get rid of. Just be careful. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm telling you, you need to watch what you're doing. Be careful. Make sure your protections are up. Make sure you have done research on the ritual and the entity that you're going to summon. It will just be better for you in the long run. Now, if that's not what you were, I know you said something about setting candles in it. I don't know why you would do that. Not saying it can't be done. It's your magic. You can do anything you want to do. Maybe you've come up with something different that I might want to learn. But as far as actually doing magic inside of your triangle, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Maybe you can email me your phone number. It might be a lot easier for me just to talk instead of trying to type all this in, or trying to figure it out and do it live. Lexi, get down. But I hope I've somewhat answered your question. If you're, like I said, if you're doing magic inside of a triangle, I haven't ever heard except for summoning. And if that's what you're doing, um, okay, but I'm just not quite understanding, I guess, what you're doing, because I haven't ever heard of it being done that way. Doesn't mean it hadn't been done, doesn't mean you can't do it. I would just like to know what you're doing, how you're doing it, or what your purpose for doing it is, and then I might be able to understand more and help you. And who knows, like I said, maybe I'll learn a different way of doing something. But anyway, okay, I'm going to um, go take my shower and get dressed for the day. And I'm going tonight is the 3 days, it begins the 3 days of the new moon, and I'll explain all that. Some people don't believe in 3 days. I do. I believe that there's 3 days to the new moon and 3 days to the full moon. And some of the new witches might wonder, and even some of the old ones, I might have ideas for you to do that you haven't ever heard of or would like to try or whatever. It's nothing hard at all, but things that you can do for the new moon. I'm going to get that one up for sure. And anyway, okay, I hope I helped you. If not, just send me your phone number and I will probably just call you and we will maybe talk about what you're doing and maybe I can help you more like that. Okay. All right. I will see y'all here in just a little bit. Thank you. Bye bye.